UCLA at 4.
YouTube. Lady, how are you? Hey, lady, how are you?
Early today, there was an effort to formally begin the process of taking it down. And for a lot of local leaders, it's also time to give voice to a lot of names that are often forgotten in the farm workers movement. John, I'm taping over Cesar Chavez's name and image on a mural. The disgraced co-founder of the United Farm Workers Union shares with his late father, the late labor leader, Larry Kidnapping, in historic Filipino town. The move comes after a New York Times investigation exposed the allegation Chavez sexually abused women and young girls, some of whom Kidnapping says he knows. I couldn't even finish reading.
Your motion carries 5-0.
On Tuesday, the LA County Board of Supervisors and LA School Board voted to rename the upcoming Chavez holiday as Farm Workers Day and to begin the process to remove his name, schools, buildings, and other facilities.
The abuses of one man should not diminish the extraordinary sacrifices and accomplishments of the farm worker movement.
LA County Supervisors Janice Hahn and Lindsay Horvath are behind one of the efforts.
The renaming is important because we have to create space for people to express what it meant to see that name uplifted in the first place and what needs to replace it.
Historians and local leaders say it's important to recognize the farm workers movement was multicultural. The executive director of the Philippine Workers Center says
Hi.
the pivotal 1965 grape strike in Delano was started by Filipino Manao or elders.
They first cut as many grapes off of the vine and drop them on the
Okay.
floor, so put even more pressure on the growers.
John Kidnapping says he tried to expose Cesar Chavez for
Is it-
but he was silenced.
Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Thank you. Bye.
Local leaders and community groups have been discussing how to replace Chavez's name, and we will have more on that coming up at 5. Reporting live in El Sereno, Jeff and Wayne, CBS.
See you at 5, Jeff. Thank you. Right to a standoff in Venice, ending with the suspect sworn and in custody. This all started a few hours ago when police were called to Roosevelt over reports of a man with a gun. The building was evacuated and the SWAT team was called in to help. Officers eventually moved in and fired less than lethal rounds before arresting the man. No reports of any injuries.
Well, we are following developing news. A Santa Monica man accused of sexual assault and kidnapping near UCLA.
Let's go to assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. Mike, 2 of the victims in this case are UCLA students, and police think there may be more out.
Yeah, Juan and Amy, and unfortunately, they say they have found evidence that this person has sexually assaulted somebody prior to the alleged kidnapping of the 2 UCLA students, which they say happened earlier this year. We'll show you some video here, the booking photo of the person who they have taken into custody. You're looking at Alexander Schechter. He's 24 years old. Police say he has no connection to the university. He is a Santa Monica resident, and that is ultimately where they took him into custody. Now, they say that this all started after they got a report of an incident on March 8th near the UCLA campus when officers responded to 2 women, UCLA students, who were being dropped off in the area when the suspect, they say, allegedly prevented them from getting out of the car. UCLA PD says he then drove them to another part just near campus, which is what constituted the alleged kidnapping in this case, before eventually letting them out. They reported it, and when they made the arrest, UCLA PD says they found evidence of a sexual assault that happened back in October of last year between 2 and 5 a.m. on October 12th near Venice and Clarendon Avenues in the city of LA. UCLA says that's when they believe a sexual assault occurred of a woman who they don't think reported that alleged crime. Because of that, they're looking for that woman. They are also looking for any other potential victims. They believe there are more. UCLA PD is handling this investigation. If you've got any information about that person or think that there may be more victims that you know of, you're urged to give UCLA PD a call. Guys?
All right, Mike, thank you. Well, the LA County Sheriff's Department is asking for the public's help in identifying 4 suspects in a murder. Marvin Randolph.
Hey, Jules, how are you?
Outside
Yes.
a garage in South LA during his birthday party last April.
Yeah, it's all in there. Let me look for it.
Investigators have received numerous tips from the public and currently believe the shooting was gang-related. At this time, we believe Marvin Randolph was an innocent victim of this senseless act of violence. Marvin Randolph leaves behind loving family members and friends who are devastated by this tragic loss.
Now, there's currently a $10,000 reward for tips leading to the arrest of those responsible for Randolph's murder.
Oh, sorry, it was in a separate email that he
And
sent me.
now a story you'll see only on CBS LA. A father in the South Bay is in trouble after he says he got tired of waiting for the city to fix an intersection, so he did it himself. CBS LA's Jasmine Veal live in El Segundo after speaking to the man who is now facing felony charges. Jess?
Yeah, so Juan, right now, this is just a two-way stop, and this dad has spent about $1,000, he says, of his own money to try and stop traffic on all sides here at Acacia and Loma Vista, but instead, police stopped him.
All right, I put it in the locator.
Joseph Branlin points to the 4 faded letters he painted.
There's zero reason to.
Loma Vista and El Segundo, a word he had hoped would help protect people in his neighborhood.
I decided to take it into my own hands.
The single dad and lifelong resident, whose home is right on the corner, says he scheduled the word stop and installed 2 stop signs himself after too many close calls.
So I went out and purchased 30-inch high-intensity stop signs. The stencil for the stop letters, which are 8 feet long.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a 4-way crosswalk, there should be a 4-way stop sign.
Yeah.
Particularly close to a car.
Right. I also, I told them, and we can tell him too, I'd like him to hang out. That meeting starts at 7. So he can go there, get the interview, and then hang out for the start of the meeting.
Branlin was arrested and spent the night in a Hawthorne jail. He is now facing
Hey, Andrew, Carlos.
Grand theft for taking
Lady, they did. That was good. Standoffs are so hard for us because we don't often get to see them play out, just because they take forever. So this was one we got to actually see play out, and they got him.
because I'm not going to wait for somebody to die.
It's not just Branlin. Neighbors have been demanding a 4-way stop here for years.
I live right next to the park, and people turn really fast on this street, and there's I've seen cars break 2 feet from the kids.
Definitely some close call where it's like, oh, there's a car right there.
In 2024, the city determined there are no adverse left-turn conflicts, pedestrian conflicts, or visibility constraints that would justify the installation of 4-way stop signs. Instead, the city added these crosswalks.
75% of this city is a 4-way stop. So the fact that they don't want to add one here next to a park, it's mind-boggling.
After his arrest, Branlin took 74 letters from his neighbors to the El Segundo City Council meeting last week in support of his efforts.
Residents have observed several ongoing safety concerns at this location.
For now, the signs are gone, but the safety concerns that put them there are not. Yeah, back out here live, this is all that's left of this dad's efforts. Now, I spoke to Lieutenant Eric Atkinson with the El Segundo Police Department. He says, yes, the person may have good intentions, they understand the safety concerns, but doing something like this is unlawful. He says actually may end up doing more harm than good. Now, Branlin tells me he has a court date in June. Of course, he's hoping the entire case gets dismissed. Live here in El Segundo, Jasmine Veal, CBS LA.
All right, Jasmine, thank you. Well, about 100 LA County shelter dogs are being flown to Chicago for adoption after a massive animal rescue last week in Lake Hughes. Now, the dogs boarded a plane this morning at the Van Nuys Airport. Paws for Life worked with Wings of Rescue to arrange today's special flight.
They're going to be welcomed with open arms because these pets got a lot of publicity through the media and everything
update on the cubs of the bear that was put down after an attack in Monrovia. The two black bear cubs are getting specialized care from the San Diego Humane Society's Ramona Wildlife Center. The brothers are only about 3 months old. The Humane Society says the cubs will be raised there with minimal human interaction so they can one day be moved back into the wild.
Well, there are new signs the White House is looking to reach a deal with Iran to end the war. A senior Iranian official says Tehran is reviewing U.S. proposals sent through a mediator, but no formal talks are underway. Trump says he's holding
Excuse me.
off on attacking power plants during what he calls.
How was everyone on YouTube? Sorry I wasn't here, guys, yesterday.
There's growing concern about the string of polluters.
Iranian officials know that President Trump is under significant economic and political pressure because the strait is closed and because of the economic impact it's having in the United States. So they'll certainly try to use that as bargaining chip.
Well, Tehran's denial of any direct dialogue sent the price of crude oil back over $100 a barrel early this afternoon. And be sure to stay with CBSLA and CBSLA.com for the latest on the war with Iran and the impacts right here at home.
The California gubernatorial debate that was scheduled to take place at USC today has been canceled after major backlash over excluding candidates of color. The 4 candidates not invited to the forum were Javier Becerra, Antonio Villaraigosa, Tony Thurman, and Betty Lee. And the state at USC defended the formula used to determine who was invited and said it is canceling the debate because it could not reach an agreement with its broadcast partner about expanding the number of participants. No word if the debate will be postponed.
Coming up, travelers running out of patience as TSA lines continue to back up.
Plus, surveillance video shows the terrifying moments before impact of a deadly collision on the runway. We'll hear stories of survival next. And this. 3, 2, 1.
Wow, look at that. A muralist unlocking hope after unveiling his latest masterpiece. I am?
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, of course. A1 for B. Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Angelina.
Did you say something to me?
No, sorry. Hey, I put in the guy that's going to meet Mojo. Yeah, I put that in there, and the cell phone number's in there for them as well. The weekend was great. Just chilled at home. Good for you, Jules. Finally cooled down a little bit. It wasn't so obnoxiously hot out there. Copy, where at? Copy mission. All right, you two, we're going to a pursuit. Marco, you got me? Oh. Copy football. See how quickly that happens? That's what YouTube, there's a lot of people that don't understand that. Like, there are so many pursuits that go on that we never get to because they end so quickly. And that's just what happened. Mission was in pursuit, but just as quickly as we heard it, the guy jumped out and ran. Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, we were going to a pursuit, but it's a foot bail.
Done. Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Vermont and Manchester may be a K injury.
The wreckage of Air Canada Flight 8646 is still on runway 4 at New York's LaGuardia Airport after crashing into a fire truck Sunday night. The plane going more than 100 miles per hour. That warning from the air traffic controller coming too late. Investigators with the National Transportation Safety Board are now also analyzing the plane's data and audio recordings.
We know that controller was still on duty for several minutes afterwards. Normally they would be relieved.
NTSB Chair Jennifer Huntington says it's standard practice to have only 2 people in the tower overnight, with some job responsibilities combined.
The midnight shift, as a reminder, is one that we have many times at the NTSB raised concerns about.
Yeah,
With
it's
respect
just,
to fatigue. Again, I do not know, we had no indication that was the fact here, but it is a shift that we have been focused on in past investigations.
2 crew members
they've got to send a DocuSign, for me to sign, I got to send the paperwork.
flight attendants
That was it, thank God.
protected hundreds of feet from the plane.
Yeah, that's it.
Still strapped into the seat, bringing that hazard.
Thanks, Amy, for doing that.
People on the plane took charge and they got the emergency door open and they got everybody out and
Yeah.
helped
And
everybody.
of course, it happens right at
As
this time.
investigators comb through the scene, the runway isn't expected to reopen until Friday. Jerry Hill, CBS News, New York.
And it was another day of long lines at airports across the country, but there may be a glimmer of hope to end the partial government shutdown that's causing the problem. Now, some passengers in Houston waited 6 hours to get through security. Some are hoping the arrival of federal immigration agents could help ease the bottlenecks.
They need all the help they can get.
I think it's a shame, but, I wish every senator, every congressman could stand in this line.
Well, Senate Republicans who met with President Trump are optimistic about a possible end to the partial shutdown. They say they're aiming to finalize the wording of a deal later this week.
Amy, Holocaust survivors celebrated Passover in the Fairfax district today, a week before the holiday officially begins. The group got together at the Jewish Family Center.
Where, Matthew? 15 and what?
Games and music. Organizers say the event means a lot to those who weren't always allowed to celebrate their culture.
Means a lot. It's very uncertain and scary for our survivors to be together in community and to be, uplifted.
It's getting together with people. A guy like that.
Each attendee, like the 108-year-old woman we just heard from, received a Seder plate and matzah for lunch.
108?
Can you believe it?
Wow.
She is.
Well, it's the first week of spring and temperatures are still warmer than average in most places.
All right, next weather meteorologist Evelyn Taft is tracking more potential changes. Evelyn.
Hey. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can just do it on camera. Okay. Bye. Hey, David, how are you?
Thanks, Ed. Celebrating the Dodgers as they get set to defend their title, the new mural that's hitting a cultural home run.
In Boyle Heights, a coffee shop isn't just serving up caffeine, it's serving culture and identity. We take you inside Uleo, where indigenous culture isn't just remembered,
Yeah.
it's also reclaimed.
Yeah, 15 at Maine. Who am I looking for? Matthew, there you are. Matthew, 15 at Maine. TC with car fire. Red car, a black car. Two vehicles in tow. All lanes are blocked. Possible 6-vehicle TC. We'll need Caltrans for long-term closure. This is on the 15 north at Maine.
Means that they get
Let's see what the backup looks like there.
they get somebody in more often. They
Well,
get
that's, yeah.
priests in and yeah, priests will come in and talk to her. But you know the thing is that used to be a hospice was like, you know, you got 2 weeks, but now think how long Jimmy Carter was on hospice, like over a year. So,
Although
but
insurance pays for it.
yeah,
yes.
yeah. We were happy with these guys.
Death is expected in a certain
But
time
they're
frame.
yeah, yeah. But they're very kind, and the nurses. What's really good is
No.
because they know they see it all the time. They can look at your grandma and be like, okay, her breathing's changing.
Right.
One, we think that she has stuff in her ears. Okay, her breathing's changing again. We don't know if she's gonna die. Like they see all the signs, and they were right about Melanie. They were like,
Because they know.
Hey, Andrew, I'm well. How are you?
Take blood and stuff, they know the chemicals in blood.
they don't. It's not even about those ladies. It's just it's both of us, right? It's the visuals. It's the labored breathing. It's like her breath breathing. It's very, you know.
And it is kind of Hey, I can't read the prompter at all.
The camera's so close, right?
I don't think it's in the right spot, is it?
Earlier it was like this close, and I thought maybe.
Oh, it is? Okay.
You want to scoot over a little bit closer?
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, what was the wonton mission? It requested 10 additional units.
Coffee shop in Boyle Heights is doing more than serving caffeine. It's serving culture, history, and
CBS LA's Lydia Cavallotto takes us inside Uleo, coffee and juice, where a language once muted by fear is being rediscovered, and you can celebrate it.
Welcome everyone to Uleo.
At Uleo Coffee and Juice, a family-owned and operated shop, the Quiche Mayan language, once silenced by stigma, is now spoken proudly
Otsi Petiki Hotel ba Uleo.
over the sound of steaming milk.
This is a language that's spoken in Guatemala, specifically in El Quiche.
Co-owner Anthony Lindo is redefining what a neighborhood cafe can be, transforming it into a space where indigenous identity and ancestral language isn't just remembered, it's reclaimed.
We have many first generation born here that their parents spoke Quiche, but they were never able to teach their kids for the fear of maybe not having enough opportunities. And so a lot of people come here and they're like, hey, my parents speak the language, but I never learned or they never taught me.
But that all changes at Uleo.
Coffee, café.
The menu features 3 languages, English, Spanish, and
Quiche. I'm born and raised in Guatemala, and came here when I was 15.
Speaking only Quiche and Spanish, eventually he and his family started a pop-up museum.
In the corner of Soto and Olympic.
Months later, they moved into this permanent space inside the mini mall, transforming it into Uleu, a name rooted in Mayan identity.
It's a Mayan Quiche word that means earth or land, which is the name that represents where
What?
we're from and our roots.
Okay.
Now the cafe functions as what many call a third space, somewhere between home and work, but with a mission.
It's a brave space.
Berenice Sandoval is Guatemalan and says this space feels comforting.
It's a space where you can ask questions. It's a space where you can learn indigenous language like Quiche. It's a space where you can truly be yourself.
Mariposa se dice Pepe en Quiche. In the community of Pueblo Heights, there's a big number of Quiche speakers, so for us it means a lot to hold this space for our people. Our classic chocolate latte.
Co-owner Cristo Ferrillo says Uleu is more than just a shop. It's
A way to translate love to people, to art, to coffee, and the culture.
And amid ongoing immigration enforcement operations, the Lindo family says they're staying grounded in community and their ancestral language.
We use language in a way to share some hope that we're going to be okay, that there's a space here for us.
In Boyle Heights, Justelia Caballero, CBS LA.
Well, coming up, the community really shaken up.
An oil refinery explosion rattling homes, forcing neighbors to shelter in place. What's behind the blast and how the mayor is reassuring residents. Mike.
Hey, Juan, here at the desk, there is a search for a stolen sailboat. Where it went missing from, who it belongs to, and why the group thinks they're being targeted. That's at 4:30.
The world's largest Dodgers mural was unveiled right here in the city of Florence. Its cultural significance and a special message from world-renowned artist Robert Hartman. That's coming up.
I just have to say that those nurses were like angels. You know why they, the caretaker over there?
No worries, Miguel.
Well, that's what I've been dealing with the last 2 days in the morning and all morning long because
What project were you working on, Miguel?
she got a ulcer.
Oh.
So she got a cut. So the caretaker, who's working,
Yeah.
more than family. This lady's done more for my aunt than anybody close. Anyways, and she loves her parents, she loves her all the time. Anyways, she got a vet sore, so then she called her and the caretaker was like, you need to take her to the county. Well, that starts like
Yeah.
shut down, right? And so I told her, well, Denise, take her to the county. That's the seriously. She needs to go to the dialysis center. She's like, those things can grow, go to sepsis, die of sepsis. So if it gets really bad, you have to take her to the hospital. So I know it's really crazy. I called the doctor. I tried to put pressure on the doctor. What's going on? So finally we got hold of the doctor, I think this morning. And then that's why this lady from Barbuda was like, she had to talk to me because I'm the one
Yeah.
doctor.
So she's there at the hospital.
She was, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then she's acting on power of attorney, and then she's docu-signing me the caretakers. So
Yeah.
that's yes, please.
Yes. And if she, hospital, then they'll bring one,
Right.
they'll bring wheelchairs, they'll bring a walker, they'll bring everything you need. Yeah, so my mom was good. She wanted to get home. But it's, unfortunately, she was sick. My husband's got all the paperwork, but, Friday, Massachusetts, but we were giving her payments and everything.
Your mom?
Yeah. But, they give you supplemental prescriptions and stuff.
This is CBS LA at 4.
Now at 4, a stolen boat. A group that teaches kids about boating says their 30-foot sailboat has been stolen from Marina Del Rey.
Let's go to assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. Mike, this group says that owns the the boat believes they've been targeted.
That's right, Juan and Amy. They say this is not the first incident they've dealt with, certainly the most expensive one, as this 30-foot sailboat, they say, was stolen from its slip in Marina del Rey. I want to show you the flyer and a picture of the boat that they have been putting out here. There you can see the 30-foot Islander sailboat named Island Hopper was stolen from their slot in Marina del Rey. They're not sure exactly when, over a couple of day period of time, they believe is when it was taken. Here's the thing, though. You can see right there on the bottom right of the boat, the CF number. That's basically a boat's license plate or a boat's registration number. Now, the group says that that number was peeled off of the boat here and put on a boat that is less desirable and cheaper, if you will, than the boat that they have right there. So obviously the person they believe that put it here is trying to obscure the fact that the boat was stolen by swapping the registration and putting it on a different boat that they left right there. They also say it's not the first time they've been targeted. I want to show you some video here from just earlier this month where a different one of their boats was broken into and stolen, things were stolen out of it. There you see what appears to be a masked person breaking into the boat there, taking what they could get out of their hands. They also say prior to this, they had an outboard motor that was stolen from them as well. This is a group that does good work by trying to teach kids how to be boaters and how to use the boats and do different things on them, sailboats, motorboats, power boats, all those different kinds of things. So it's a group that says they rely on donations. Right now is a hard time for them because this is donation season. They're hoping that anybody that knows anything about the stolen sailboat will give the Marina del Rey sheriffs a call. They have searched the marina up and down. They think it is likely no longer in Marina del Rey. They're worried it's over in Catalina or in some other marina nearby. So they're hoping somebody will recognize it, give these kids their boat back so they can continue to learn on it, guys. Yeah.
Wow, a dramatic video of a house fire in Tustin. This happened about 1 a.m. A neighbor heard the blast breaking and went outside to find that house in flames. Firefighters got it out and saved 3 neighboring homes on the other side and behind this house. Investigators are looking into what caused the fire.
A special unveiling in Torrance today. The city celebrating the world champion Dodgers with a new mural. The city has special ties to the Japanese community, wanted to honor the Japanese players and help make the Dodgers champions.
Armina Nakano is in Torrance to explain the cultural connection.
This is Samurai of the Diamond, the latest and largest Dodgers mural in the world by acclaimed artist Robert Vargas, featuring Japanese superstars Roki Sasaki, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Shohei Ohtani. Vargas, who received the key to the city of Torrance, says this mural had to be here.
These are more than just ball players, they're ambassadors of culture.
Torrance Mayor George Chen says about 1 in 10 Torrance citizens are of Japanese heritage.
The highest concentration of Japanese Americans in 48 contiguous states.
From the farm laborers who arrived at the turn of last century to the shop owners who settled after World War II internment and the Japanese corporations that built their U.S. headquarters here in the 1990s.
Just about every place you go, you'll see.
Do you have
Hi.
a box?
No, I'll take it though.
Do you want it?
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to use it for one of them, but
Oh, no, here. You can use it and then give it back to me.
why are they all like, it says them over there, they're like all bad.
The 925s?
Yeah,
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Because this is 929.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't have another 925 to give to them for the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's
Do
fine.
you want them, then you can get it from
Yeah, and I'll get it from one of them.
And days hanging along the double tree Torrance, Vargas invited me onto the scout cabin to watch his printing process. I noticed the bumpy surface, which he
What
saw
are you listening
as
on?
a
What do I need to?
I'm on 929 still. I'm just on the PL.
Oh, just on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect because you're in the pre-show.
Oh, I'll be fine.
You'll-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
masterpieces without any grace or projections.
It's all freehand brushwork. So as I'm brushing along, I'm really kind of imagining from my third eye across the street.
And just like the Shohei Ohtani mural in Little Tokyo, this one also has an AR component. Scan the QR code and see the players come to life.
Oh, I didn't know that that's what it was. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3.
In 2024, Vargas unveiled Ohtani
You have
mural.
to
In
scan the
2025 was Fernando Valenzuela, both years bringing championship rings. Vargas hopes this one is the same.
We're going for a three-peat, and what better way to memorialize that than to paint all three.
In Torrance, I'm Rena Nakano, CBS LA.
So beautiful.
He's so talented.
So
He's
talented,
amazing,
for sure.
especially with all the bridges in the book.
Incredible.
Well, it is March Madness, and last night the Lady Bruins of UCLA sent the Pauley Pavilion crowd home happy
did, Amy. Jim Hill was there for the victory and has more on UCLA's title chase. Jim?
Obviously, a special night in Pauley Pavilion to share with our fans, but we understand the assignment. We understand that we're just still beginning this journey, and we got to have a 1-0 mentality for the next one in front of us.
And it's amazing how you talk about there's still so much work to do.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't get tired of doing it right. And, you know, every day we have a chance to be givers, not takers, and we have a chance to work to master our craft and compete at the highest levels. And that's got to be our focus every day, is continuing to improve day by day.
Games where we got up, teams made a run to the leads, we was able to stay resilient and come back. So we talking about it even with tonight, we got down again. First very good team on their home floor. Obviously they had probably been waiting on this matchup, so it's been a long road trip for us. So for us to still be able to, you know, have the one possession game come down the stretch, that's what you can look forward to that.
Place is full, the energy. We have a proper supporters group in the North End like you would see at LAFC or Galaxy, and the kids are just in love with the players. And after the game, the kids will run the entire field, and the players will stay there for an hour or 45 minutes and sign every single autograph. So we have a real bond with the community, and that's what I love about the community aspect.
These are cuties to
Sure
share.
is. Wow.
All right, Jim, thanks. Still ahead, seeking pay transparency.
Yeah, the big hurdles women face in the workforce and how our state is standing out to help bridge the gender pay gap.
Plus, beware of the dirty dozen, the fruits and veggies you may want to double check before making dinner tonight. All right. Look, I may have you something.
YouTube, I didn't forget about you. I'm just trying to.
They all know what's going on.
Hey, Cece, how are you? Yes, Andrew, I think we're both here tomorrow. I'm trying to read you guys. The city of LA is installing speed cameras in certain areas. So I'm trying to read through like how much it's going to cost, who's going to be issuing the tickets, all of that.
My mom's got all that stuff.
Yeah, no, but I was just thinking about your mom going to see her sister.
Well, she's going to some.
Yeah, well, now that she knows.
Well, my sister, my mom says,
Let's do. Cece, what have you been up to? What's so wild for you? Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying your mom needs to know sooner rather than later.
oh yeah,
anything like that. It was an explosion that took place here in the plant.
Now, Valero says its emergency response team is, quote, coordinating with local authorities and said, as always, the safety of our workers is our top priority.
Well, if you're having trouble finding a job, you aren't alone. Nearly 2 million Americans have been unemployed for more than 6 months. If you're on the job hunt, career experts suggest focusing on artificial intelligence. That's because AI knowledge is one of the top things right now that employers are looking for, as well as leadership and communication skills.
Companies are trying to navigate new technologies. They need people who can really show other people how to learn the technology and also explain and give context to people.
LinkedIn career expert Catherine Fisher also says it's a myth that if you just work, your achievements will be recognized. Instead, highlight your wins regularly.
Can't stand speed cameras and the cameras in the stoplight tunnels.
To prove your worth.
Well, a new report shows the pay gap between men and women is getting worse. According to Pay Scale,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cece. Hope you're okay.
for every dollar earned by men, down from 83 cents just last year. The report says California is one of the states making a difference. The state requires employers to declare pay gaps with pay transparency laws, which has helped close that gap.
In our data, we're able to see that if a woman becomes a parent, that average pay gap increases. So we were saying 82 cents overall. If you become a woman as a parent, that becomes 74 cents on the dollar.
Well, the report says California is one of the states making a difference. The state requires employers to declare pay gaps. We were talking about this just a minute ago with the transparency laws, which has helped close the gap.
All right, you may want to double check your produce before dinner tonight. This year's Dirty Dozen Produce Report is out. The Environmental Working Group found that spinach had the most pesticide residue. Also on the list, grapes, strawberries, nectarines, and peaches. Researchers say 60% of samples contain forever chemicals.
Well, coming up, stranded at sea, the dramatic rescue of a man clinging to an overturned kayak in rough waters.
Plus, passing the military torch will take you inside the academies, shaping the next generation of service members.
Marco, did you see that? The repeated, it was leading up to the sound and it was also the same after the sound? So E07 and E08 says the same thing. The state requires employers to declare pay gaps with pay transparency laws, which has helped close the gap. And then I say, the state requires employers to declare pay gaps with pay transparency, which has helped close the gap. That's why I was like looking at one like, like I said.
Yeah, it was good. I think it was okay.
That was the second time that happened. Why is he repeating the exact same thing? Okay. Well, I know that was the second one I had like that, and I was like, is my mind playing tricks on me? Did I say that, or did I just read it? Okay. That's what you think, but
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting feisty now. Okay. I know you guys are all excited about the debut of my Veterans Voices coming back.
Are you taking over Veterans Voices?
No.
Oh.
They're making me do it with Chris.
Oh.
The alternate.
It's all about, is it sponsored segments now?
Yeah.
That's enough.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Who sponsors that?
I don't know. They just told me it was sponsored and I had to do.
And you'll like it.
What were you saying, Juan, before we?
I don't know. What was he saying?
It's no train. And the papers and the doctor. Oh, and I was asking you if your mom was going to go. And
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna see. I'll probably wait till this
she chooses not to see them, then that's okay.
One person was killed and another rescued after a kayak overturned.
AI doesn't write our scripts, lady. Come on.
Deputies found one victim clinging to the kayak with his dog. After rescuers hoisted him to safety, he told them about his girlfriend who had slipped away. Emergency crews went back to the area and found her body.
Well, a group of SoCal veterans are passing the purpose of service, honor, and leadership to the next generation. We take you inside their mission to help young people chart a clear course toward a military future.
It's an experience for young people.
I hope that one day I can help engineer the jet.
Airport RTC is a great program now. I want teams beyond.
Hundreds of high school students from across Southern California recently gathered at Bob Hope Patriotic Hall for the Alumni Ambassadors Youth Leadership Experience. And the one-day program is free.
What we want to do is give young people
You guys, YouTube says hello.
Hello, YouTube.
is hurtful.
Jim Cragg is a veteran and the founder of Alumni Ambassadors. He says it's important young people learn from veterans.
What we've learned is teamwork. We've learned leadership. We've learned about a life of service. We've learned integrity values. And that's what we want people to think of when they think of veterans.
First thing is you got to make the propeller spin.
They got to learn about flying a drone
I'm here to learn more about the service captains.
and hear firsthand what it's like to be part of ROTC or attend a service academy.
For me personally, it taught me a lot about discipline, leadership, and great critical thinking.
And they're happy to share.
Being able to show high schoolers their options to where maybe they've never even heard of a service academy before, and now they can have a completely full ride while getting paid to go to college, and I think that's really exciting.
Hearing all the veterans say they have so many stories. They're all super inspirational to me. And it feels a lot more achievable today.
Although it may look like military recruiting, the organizer says not exactly.
We made it clear, they're not here to recruit, but we wanted West Point to come out and help us talk about leadership. We want Naval Academy and we have Space Force here talking about STEM. We want them to show the positive side of the military.
But many of those here already have a plan, like Oscar Gramajo, a junior at Fairfax High School. He wants to join the Army.
I'm really intrigued of
Did you
what
interview
they
these
can
people,
offer
Amy?
me, as
No,
I
I
know
sent
what
them
I can offer them would be great. So I hope it's a thing where
That's great.
I serve them and they serve me.
No matter what their futures hold, organizers are glad they came.
When I stand up on that stage in front of 300 young people, this is the energy for the future. Talking about leadership, these are kids who said on Saturday morning, I want to go and sit in an auditorium and learn about leadership. And to see these kids being inspired gives me hope for the future.
A helping hand for one local veteran. Police in Cyprus say one of their officers spent years working with an unhoused veteran, trying to convince him to move off the street. This past week, thanks to some help from the Hope Center of Orange County and Mercy House, that veteran moved into permanent housing, complete with furniture and supplies to get a new start.
Well, adoptable dogs in support of a new original series. The new comedy DMV centers on employees at every LA driver's favorite place to go, the Department of Motor Vehicles. Well, DMV takes place in East Hollywood, and their next episode on March 30th will highlight one character's foray into pet fostering. To celebrate the theme, the Best Friends Animal Society is naming 6 adoptable pets after DMV characters. And some of the actors were there earlier to meet their puppy counterparts. For the actor who plays Cece on DMV, it was a special moment.
I grew up around animals my whole life. I was raised with them, and I always say that dogs are the closest thing we have to God. And all animals, they're just flawless, and they're perfect and loyal, and they just love us, and they just want love. And to see so many here needing love and homes, I really hope people can come to this beautiful center.
And you can catch DMV Monday nights on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Right, if you live inland, you may want to make your way down the coast to cool off.
That's right, Evelyn Taft is tracking a wide range of temperatures throughout SoCal.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, P. Harvey. Oh, Amy's here.
Your microphone is dragging behind you there. What happened? Your microphone fell off. Because you know, who needs a microphone in the TV business?
Overrated. Overrated.
Uh-oh. Hey, you too. What's up, Juanito?
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
All right.
I do. All right, thanks so much, Ev. And new at the top of the hour on CBS LA at 5, a major local labor union is calling on companies not to host ICE and Border Patrol agents. The World Cup controversy coming up. Plus, a local program is getting shelter dogs out into the world. Workers hope the exposure will lead to forever homes. That and a lot more new at the top of the hour on CBS LA at 5. Amy and Rob, back to you. All right, thank you, Pat. Still ahead, taking action on diabetes a little day.
Yeah, the simple lifestyle changes that could put your country risk in half.
All right, YouTube. That is all for tonight. We shall see you tomorrow.
Mike, what's going on at the airport?
Oh, we're talking about at 5. We learned today that the LaGuardia